Hey friends, this is Jose, and I was listening to some of my mentors today on their YouTube channel, and I was inspired by what they said. Inspired enough to write a blog article on today about the coming paradigm shift, and there's two of them. But I decided that the material on my blog was of value enough to make this video before I go to sleep tonight. So I want to talk to you about what Randy Gage, G-A-G-E, says about our current educational system. He says that our current educational system that's based on having students memorize stuff is dead in the water. The reason is that no longer do students need to memorize things in order to learn. They can go on the internet and create their tailor-made learning and educational experience. So kids don't need to memorize stuff in school anymore. So he says there's this paradigm shift on the way that we're learning things. Now, what is happening with all this learning, all this internet, we have a huge surplus of knowledge, which is good, but it's making us into what I call consumption thinkers. Thinkers that just want to consume knowledge. We spit out what is not good for us and we retain what is good. But what is happening is that our creative and critical thinking is becoming lazy. We're becoming paralyzed. We're not creatively thinking and we're not critically thinking about our vision, our future plans that we have. We're simply just consuming and doing, consuming and doing. So another one of my mentors, Robin Sharma, S-H-A-R-M-A, was addressing this issue of creative and critical thinking, and he stated the fact that he goes out to the woods, he goes out to the forest one time a week to creatively and critically think about his next project, his next dream. So these are some of the things that I hope can edify you that I'm pressing into in 2016. I'm going to purpose in my heart, by the grace of God, to go out to a park at least once a week for a couple of hours, not to plan, not to minister, not to read, but to creatively and critically think. Another thing that I've done, the best investment, I've invested into a Kindle. This is where I can store, hundreds and hundreds of books and take them with me for an amazing low price because these don't have any cover. The wealthiest and most successful CEOs in the world read between 50 to 60 books a year, while the average American reads one book. Now you can figure out what is happening, and if I was going to take all these successful CEOs and businessmen of this world and say what is the one thread that goes through every single one of them, is that they are avid readers. So I'm purposing, and it's very hard, I don't do it every single day, I'm purposing to read an hour a day. Am I doing it every single day? No. But when I do it, it really is edifying. Most important thing to read is the Bible, because the Bible is God's instruction manual for humanity. The Message Bible, which I just started to read right now after reading the King James for the last 37 years, is a very interesting Bible. But if you go to a bookstore, they sell between $30 to $50 for the Message Bible, depending what kind of a cover you got. But on the Kindle, I got it, I was amazed, I got it for $7.50. So reading is another thing. Another thing is exercising and losing weight. By the grace of God, I've lost 45 pounds. I go to the gym and I exercise 3 times a week. I do 6 miles on the treadmill every time I go. I was quite successfully doing that for about a month, but then I decided to also jog when I was getting to my 6 miles instead of walking. And I think that pounding in combination with the jogging created soreness in my knees, and I had to stop for a week and a half. And now I'm up to 3 miles of just walking. But what that has done for me is increase by mega proportions my energy level. And if you are going to be successful in your job or ministry, you need high levels of energy level. I cannot tell you that between losing weight and exercising 3 times a week, especially when I was at the 6 mile level, the energy level that I was functioning in, I have not had ever since I have been a teenager, and I am 61 years of age. See, age is a mental thing. I'm weeding out from my Twitter and Facebook account all politicians, people that are toxic, negative comments. I want to fill my Twitter and Facebook with people, game changers, problem solvers, thought thinkers, shakers and movers, people that are making an impact. That is so important to feed yourself with that stuff. I also subscribe all my mentors such as Robin Sharma, Lance Warren, who I listen to on like Periscope, Tony Robbins, Randy Gage, Brian Tracy. I subscribe to their YouTube channels, and when I go to my YouTube every single day, I look for their new YouTubes, and if I can listen to some of them, at least I do. One of the interesting things I wanted to show you something here, when it talks about mentoring from your receiving discipleship, learning from your mentors, is Snapchat. People think that Snapchat is some application for kids that people put a video for 10 seconds and the video is gone, but that's not correct. You can use it to create a story that's up for 24 hours, and every single video is 10 seconds, but you can append them as a story. And what I like about that is that my mentors, such as Grant Cardone, who is I read a book that changed my life called the TEDx Rule, about massive action to get to your goals. This guy is a multimillionaire. He started with nothing. He was a drug addict. He's made it by himself, and now he has a lot of real estate. He's written 3 books, and the guy just goes for it. He's a super motivated, super high hustle guy. And the thing about Snapchat is that you allow to see your mentors in their intimate life, and you get to see what they do. You can even model them, see how they operate, just not when they're in front of a camera. I just want to show you what Snapchat does. Grant Cardone's story here on he's like he's going to riot, but he's a riot. But look at this.
Don't call me spinning wheel. I'll call you whatever I want to call you, champ.
But I need a doctor.
Came a backgammon to start the
And
day.
I'm going to leave home if you...
So you rolling off to work? Getting ready to pop a whitey right here. Hope you're having a great day today. Kill it. Come on, man. Make a decision and kill it. Hey, if life is a game, you need to play it to win it. No reason just to play. To be a spectator, win the game. Be the champion. Can't give up now. You quit now, you start over again. It don't work. Hey, let me know, you like Trump or you hate him? You like him or you hate him? Hit me back. And by the way, will you be watching the debate now that he's not going to be on it?
So you see, my mentors, I have a chance to see them up close and personal. And Snapchat is a great way where these great entrepreneurs are posting their 10-second videos, and really just amazing stuff, amazing potential. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm spending an hour in the Holy Spirit's presence by worship, music, and prayer every single day. There is nothing as important as a clear and constant perception of the voice of the Holy Spirit who is speaking to you 24/7. There's nothing as important as hearing what the Holy Spirit tells you. 5 minutes of listening to the Holy Spirit will do you more good than the rest of the day of listening to other stuff. The guidance of the Holy Spirit is a singular, most important activity which a human can perform in his life, hands down. Learning to depend on the Holy Spirit for everything is the biggest secret in the world. So I do this every single day, God willing, as much as possible. I'm also a writer. I've been blogging 1,800 blog articles, but now I'm writing a book, and I purpose to spend an hour writing every single day. If you're writing a book, if you don't spend an hour writing it every single day, you'll never finish your book. And finally, another great investment that my wife and I made is we purchased a NutriBullet, which is a high-power blender which can blend virtually anything. I purpose to make one of my meals now a NutriBullet meal. For example, today I had spinach leaves mixed with a banana, half a quart cup of cashews, frozen blueberries, peanut butter, superfood powder, and water. And that was my lunch, and it just makes an amazing difference. And I've noticed that when one eats right, that the cravings for food die. Well, I hope that this has been of benefit and of value to you today. I'm gonna try to do more of these, a lot more stuff on my plate. We're also working on bringing revival to Albuquerque on April. I'm sure that you've been seeing my videos on it. Please donate money. We need money to make these things happen. But for now, I'm gonna leave you. God bless you. Have a great evening.